In today's video, we will show you how to format the form into columns. The Calculated Fields Form plugin allows you to distribute the form fields side by side as columns. You can create as many rows and columns as you need. The plugin supports multiple methods for distributing fields and columns. You can use container fields like div and fieldset and insert the fields to be distributed within them. Or you can assign predefined class names directly to the fields you want to distribute. We will start our journey with container fields. The plugin includes 3 container fields: div, fieldset, and pop-ups. All of them allow you to select the number of columns through their settings and can contain other fields. To do this, you just need to insert the container field in the form and drag other fields onto it. Let's do it with a div field. To distribute the fields and columns, select the container field in the form, in our case the div field, and choose the number of columns through the columns attribute in its settings. As you can see, the plugin does not distribute the fields and columns in the form builder. We have made this decision because it would be very cumbersome to select the fields to edit when the row contains many columns, as well as to display the components of the contained fields. However, the plugin displays the number of columns with icons in the top right corner of the container field. To see the final result, simply press the Preview button on the form builder. Container fields include the Rearrange attribute. This attribute allows you to rearrange the fields within the container when they are hidden by dependencies. Fields on other rows are moved up. If you uncheck the Rearrange box, the plugin will preserve the row's position of the unchanging fields, even when some of them are hidden. One detail to keep in mind when using container fields to format the form in columns is that when the website is visited from a smartphone or another device with a small screen, the container field will ignore the columns and display all contained fields as a single column to prioritize user data entry over the form's aesthetics. The second method for formatting the form into columns is to assign predefined class names directly to the fields. Learning the names of these classes as well as how to use them may seem intimidating at first. However, once you become familiar with them, you will see that their potential and versatility far surpass using container fields. To assign a class to a field, you should select it in the form and enter the class name through its Add CSS Layout Keywords attribute. You can assign multiple class names to a field. Just separate them by a space character. For example, call_3 call_6. Please remember this feature as it will be very useful later on. To understand the column model related to the predefined classes, we must keep in mind that our plugin considers a row as a space divided into 12 columns. Through the classes, we configure the fields to occupy the space of 1, 2, 3, and so on up to 12 columns. One of the advantages of predefined classes is that they are applied to the fields depending on the visitor's device screen size. The classes call LG1, call LG2, call LG3, up to call LG12 would only affect the form layout if the visitor's device screen width is greater than 75 em. The classes column1, column2, column3, up to column12 would only affect the form layout if the visitor's device screen width is greater than 64 em. The classes column1, column2, column3, up to column12 would only affect the form layout if the visitor's device screen width is greater than 48 em. And finally, the classes call XS1, call XS2, call XS3, Up to call XS12 would affect all devices, including smartphones. These unique features of the predefined classes allow the same field to take 3 columns on a device with a medium screen, displaying 4 fields per row, or 6 columns on a smartphone, displaying only 2 fields per row and 2 rows. To achieve this, you just need to select the fields and enter both class names call MD3 and call XS6 through their @CSS layout keywords, attributes, separated by a space character. As you have probably noticed, the method of formatting the form fields into columns using predefined classes allows preserving the column structure, even on devices with small screens like a smartphone.